How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a brand new Stargirl Season 2 video. Now, this is everything we know so far, all the main tidbits you want to know going into Season 2, as Stargirl Season 2 is looking to release this summer. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you're most excited for down in the comments below when it comes to Season 2. There is a bunch coming our way in terms of new characters and stories, so first of all, like this video if you do go on to enjoy it, and other than that, subscribe to make sure you never miss out on a crucial Stargirl Season 2 update. But let's first talk about the release date. The release date of Stargirl Season 2. Now, so far, the premiere date of Episode 1 of Season 2 hasn't been officially revealed. However, we are looking at, obviously, a summer release. That's been the information we've had to go by for a long time now. If I had to guess the rough time of the month, I'm thinking July, around July. Lots of members of the cast have wrapped filming now for Season 2. We're going to start to get a bunch of marketing stuff any day now, to be honest. So as for a trailer, and as for when we can expect one in the next month or two, give or take. So make sure you subscribe to the channel for an in-depth breakdown on that. We will be getting one very, very soon. Now, something some of you guys may know or may not know or may have forgotten by now is that Stargirl Season 2 is airing on the CW, whereas originally it was one of the slated DC Universe shows alongside Doom Patrol, Titans, and Swamp Thing. Now, fans were naturally concerned about the move from the production of DC Universe to the CW. However, Jeff Johns has tried to reassure fans with Stargirl's move to the CW in its second season by saying startup costs are always the most expensive, obviously. The building and testing, and a lot of that we've already done. We have some new things to get into, which is exciting, but we wouldn't do Season 2 if we didn't think we could make it as good as Season 1. But different. We're going to explore a different story, different thematics, different avenues for the characters. We're all working incredibly hard on this because we're so proud of Season 1, and we want Season 2 to be even better. That's our goal, nothing less. So that comment of reassurance from Jeff Johns should be music to various fans' ears, those who are maybe concerned about the quality reducing now that it's going exclusively to the CW. I think that it's all going to be very, very straightforward, the same as Season 1. I know, trust me, I do get it, CW shows and whatnot, but we do have Superman and Lois, which is maintaining a very good consistency of quality, and Stargirl is not just going to all of a sudden change its cinematography and everything about it that they went about tackling it in Season 1. It's got to feel very much so the same. Okay, so up next, the plot. So, as far as we know from the end of Season 1, the Injustice Society has mostly been defeated, leaving Tigress, Sportsmaster, Gambler, and Cindy, or aka Shiv, scattered in the wind, except with the Shade coming in to pick up the pieces. Now, this member of the Injustice Society of America that we've only seen in the little painting they have in the Injustice Society's lair, the Shade, will be played by Jonathan Clark in Season 2. Now, if you guys don't really remember, as far as we know about the Shade in this canon and continuity, Stargirl's live-action story is that the Shade is a former member of the Injustice Society of America who was removed for one reason or another, but regardless, it seems that he will be helming the Injustice Society in Season 2, and quite possibly wanting to tackle things his own way versus that of Jordan Markent, aka Icicle, because it didn't exactly go his way in Season 1. Now, Grundy. What is up with Grundy? Well, we did get a little bit of a tidbit about him at DC Fandome all the way back then, in that Grundy is out there somewhere still, and it was teased by Jeff Johns that he will indeed be returning somehow, perhaps to work for the Shade. Who knows? I would love to know your theories down in the comments below. But we also know, just like Grundy returning, we know that Cindy, aka Shiv, right at the end of Season 1, we saw a scene of her seeking out a shard of darkness, or the black diamond that houses Eclipso. With not too long ago, by the way, everyone, we got our first look at Eclipso, which I haven't really commented about until now because there hasn't been too much opportunity to make some Stargirl videos. So I personally think he looks fantastic. It's very in theme with the show. I think the show has a great quality to its physical presentation of these heroes and villains, and especially in a very comic book accurate way. Now, the sinister Eclipso will be played by Nick E. Tarabay. You may have seen him from Spartacus all those years ago, or maybe The Expanse most recently. He's absolutely fantastic, and Jeff Johns teases that Eclipso is a really interesting character because he embodies darkness and corruption. The shade we obviously set up, and there are more characters and other surprises we haven't even hinted at yet for Season 2. So that's quite a cool teaser because he's kind of saying we think we know what's coming with Eclipso, and obviously him being the embodiment of darkness and corruption. We know we've got the shade, as we've aforementioned in this video, but there's still yet some really cool teasers of characters that are coming in Season 2, and if you've got any theories as to who they could be, let me know down in the comments. I would love to read all of your thoughts. Now, what about that little glowing green lantern that we saw in Season 1? I mean, it played up a few times, didn't it? And then we saw Pat even come across it in Courtney's room, and it was literally humming with green light. So it seems that a certain someone will be equipping the green lantern that we saw glowing in those scenes in Season 1. And that person is most likely, as it's been seen, Issa Penarejo, who was wearing the green lantern ring in a set photo from an Instagram story, thanks to Yvette Monreal, who plays Wildcat. Now this, we all kind of made videos about it months ago. She's very, very, very evidently wearing a Green Lantern ring in this photo that you're seeing on screen right now. So just like the pink pen and other little artifacts that Courtney still has from the remnants of the Justice Society of America days, it seems that Issa Penarejo's character will indeed be coming to get the Green Lantern battery, if you will. Maybe that is to link it to the ring that she already has. Maybe she is indeed the daughter of Alan Scott Green Lantern, and that's how she's already got the ring. Now, there's a bunch of theories that you guys can get into down in the comments below. We still don't have every crystal clear detail about how Stargirl is going to do it in their live action adaptation of this. So either way though, I can't wait to see what Issa brings to the role with her equipping the Green Lantern ring. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, we can't forget the other big beat that Season 1 left us off on, and that was the apparent return of Joel McHale's Starman, or Sylvester Pimpleton, shall I say, searching for Pat Dukan this many years later. Now, is it not the most obvious thing that this is actually not the Starman? But then again, what if they're playing us both ways and it somehow, funnily enough, is? Either way, this is going to be an interesting can of worms for Season 2. Where has Sylvester been? Is this Sylvester? Even if it isn't, what the heck's going on when he comes to see that Courtney is the new Stargirl? Is he going to want to be resuming his Starman activities? Either way, this is going to be an opportunity for a lot of interesting episodes, and I can't wait to see what happens with the seeming and apparent return of Starman. Now, what about a speedster? We know that Jay Garrick has been in the Justice Society of America on this Earth. Well, guess what, people? You probably already know this, but Jay Garrick's Flash from the Flash TV show, played by John Wesley Shipp, is indeed coming to an episode in Season 2, and he will actually be in a flashback episode of Season 2, which is actually Episode 9. Now, this will be the first proper established connection to the Arrowverse. I mean, unless you technically count the scene from Crisis on Infinite Earths, where they literally featured Stargirl's Earth 2 at the end of the crossover. So that technically did tie them to the continuity of the Arrowverse, since they literally labeled their Earth right there, and we saw Arrowman, Wildcat, the new Dr. Midnight, and Brett Bassinger's Stargirl. But regardless, Jay Garrick here will be the same speedster we know and love from The Flash, and across the seasons that we've seen John Wesley Shipp's speedster feature in. But it would indeed be the same suit, the same look from the Flash episodes as well, so it doesn't seem like John Wesley Shipp from his early days in some of those early JSA photos. He won't be wearing the more kind of shirt lightning bolt. It will be the getup that we've seen on The Flash. Now, the description of the episode and his involvement is that Jay Garrick plays a role in a pivotal flashback episode that establishes the Golden Age Flash as a member of Earth 2's Justice Society of America. Now, for me, that episode sounds like possibly such an exciting one. I really hope the whole episode is continuously flashbacks, I think that would be so awesome. Just like in Titans, where we got a flashback to the old Titans in episode 4 with Aqualad, I would be dying to see the old JSA in a whole episode. So we've got every hero, and we know that Sylvester Pemberton's returning as his, role as Starman in these flashbacks, and we saw Hourman and Wildcat, so it makes sense that we're going to see Jay Garrick, and perhaps even the way that this old JSA operated, the way they took villains down, the way they just conducted themselves in their JSA daily activities. This sounds like so much potential for episode 9 of Season 2. Now, as I briefly mentioned earlier, the Thunderbolt pen will indeed be further addressed in Season 2, as teased at DC Fandome. And yet, we've even had Thunderbolt cast, the genie inside the pen, and he will be played by Jim Gaffigan. And Jakeem Thunder has also been cast as Alcoya Brunson. So yeah, they've definitely got the ball rolling for this character next season. I'm guessing Jakeem is just going to be as organic as it can be. Maybe he's one of Mike's friends. Maybe they go into Courtney's room and the pen is there. I mean, insert your own theory here as to how the show's going to adapt Jakeem having his first interaction with the Thunderbolt pen. But either way, I'm here for it, and I'm looking forward to seeing how these other artifacts, just like the Green Lantern battery and everything like that, are going to be kind of handled and taken up by the next heroes to hold the mantle. We also got a little bit of extra details about Yolanda and how she's going to be struggling with the last of what we saw of her in terms of how she decided to kill Brainwave. Whereas Rick, for example, was the more impulsive one in Season 1, he will be turning a corner, whereas Yolanda is turning the other way. Now, Jeff Johns describes her as lost in her own world, thinking about what she's done. That's definitely something that will play a major role going into Season 2. How is she going to deal with what she's done? It's not just, oh, she took out a villain, it's, oh, she killed somebody. Rick was ready to kill someone, and she was not. So I'm really looking forward to see where that goes. I think it would be cool for them to play with the possibility that not just Nick Tarabay is going to be the main body and host for Eclipso, but also maybe seeing Eclipso tackle these other characters, or maybe possess them. And if you're in a bit of a shady place, like Yolanda could be, especially with a bit of darkness, then that might be opportunity to see some body hopping going on with Eclipso, maybe like a dark Wildcat, but I don't know if everyone would be there to see an episode, kind of like a side episode like that. Regardless though, it's going to be interesting because I like seeing the depth that these characters get compared to that of other typical CW shows, whereas Stargirl normally has 13 episodes. They can really just tackle the main plot and give a lot to their characters compared to that of a lot of fillery kind of stuff that goes on in other shows. So I'm really here for it. I really enjoyed Season 1, and these are the main details that we have so far about Season 2. Unfortunately, I would have loved to have blabbered on even more about even more mahoosive pieces, but unfortunately we do not have any at this time. But of course, as I stated at the beginning of this video, in terms of the release, it's a summer release, so as for a trailer, expect one in the next month or two, and you can be sure to be updated about that if you subscribe to this channel with notifications on. We'll be going through the trailer shot by shot, doing a mega in-depth breakdown, so you want to be here for it. And go ahead and like this video if you did enjoy it, everybody. We're going to be covering Stargirl here as well, with the episode reviews of course and breakdowns. I've already interviewed Jake Austin Walker, who played Brainwave Jr., and who knows, maybe this time round we'll get to interview someone else on the channel. That will be fantastic, and as I said, subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on it. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. One question I would love to know from you down in the comments below is, what are you most excited for in Stargirl Season 2? And other than that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you members of the Justice Society of America in the next video. Goodbye.